match.
Nick gets away scot-free this time.
He gets this time he's safe. Next time though, I don't know.
We'll have to see. Nick was playing last again, but either way.
He's off at Infinity Con, but we are still here. So let's hop into this first match here. We're going to be starting on Battlefield, a stage I think is honestly pretty solid for both characters.
Yeah, Robin really likes platforms. He likes to find more places to land, not only for the sake of like recovery, but also he just has such good airspeed, and then we can kind of see it with how Pocket's currently playing playing with this Robin. Just a whole lot of aerials coming out. Just use the 11 sword while you got it.
You got it. If you got it, flaunt it. Is that how the saying goes?
Yeah.
So
if you got it, like you gotta show it off.
Showing it off right now. And I think the interesting thing is that Pocket's playing so much differently than Robin's. Usually you'll see Robin's will play a more reserved campy playstyle. You're seeing this kind of camp in your face playstyle that I think people most associate with Mars, and you're seeing that Pocket's using that against ZSS, which is really interesting to see. Off to a strong lead here against Lights, who's no slash of an opponent as we saw previously, and gonna lose that stock. Thought he might get caught by the Z drop, but not going to.
Yeah, he had already used his flip jump to come back, so that's going to be a pretty sustainable edge guard. That Nosferatu was perhaps a little bit risky, but hey, he got away with it, and he's still surviving even at 110. Oh, I like that angle where he's heading at the trajectory towards stage, but he instead goes he recovers high and forces Lights to properly react to his direction. Oh. And the rapid jab, the stuff, like everything just kind of falling in the right place for Pocket. I mean, calculated, of course.
Of course.
Tactician.
Every move is carefully placed. One of the things I like about the Robin from Pocket is they play around with these tomes and also the sword a lot more than I see other Robins. Definitely using every single thing that the character possibly can, and holding onto the stock as well.
He doesn't have Arcfire in deck, so that was a prime opportunity for punish, but Lights doesn't get anything off of it, and now he's still sitting at 141. Never mind, but you still have to be very wary of the pressure that Pocket is willing to apply, even at such a stock lead. But only 43 is nothing really to worry about. A quick 45 comes out from Lights, and we've got ourselves back at an even game.
It feels like Lights is showing a little bit too much respect to Pocket right now. It feels like because Lights plays a more reserved playstyle, it feels like Lights isn't actually... Once he has spots in advantage, it feels like he's not fully taking... Like there, he went for the Paralyzer instead of extending that advantage string with another aerial. It feels like he's just playing a little bit too reserved, respecting his opponent a little bit too much.
I mean, if you start respecting Robin and giving them room to fire their spells, or even as they're traveling, then things like that will start happening. Arcfire is really great after it ignites, but you can, while Arcfire is traveling, you can hit it with basically anything, and the move will lose. So,
Mega Man Pellet beats it out.
Yep. Anything.
So, yeah, that's Robin's projectiles in general, though. Robin's projectiles do not have a lot of priority, which is why the character is some consider mid, some consider them high tier, but definitely have some stuff. But right now, it just feels like Pocket's not respecting Lights at all, and Lights is giving the most respect in the world. So able to get away with things like that.
Yeah, there's so much room, and it's always Pocket closing the gap. Like, this may be because like Lights just constantly wants to deal with doesn't want to deal with a powerful disjoint like Levin sword being swung around in his face, but it's like Pocket is being very, very direct with what he wants and when he wants it, and like, hey, Robin players only on one thing, and it's disgusting.
It's very clear what that one thing is.
Yeah, man, there's been like 4 Nosferatus this game, which isn't the fastest command grab in the world. So it just proves how good Pocket has been at conditioning Lights into shield. Like, I mean, with all these aerials he's throwing out, why not try to throw a block and see if there's anything you can do about it? But
Yeah, honestly, he's throwing out a lot of Nosferatus, and most of them aren't hitting though. It's just, I think it's the level of confidence. Oh, getting clipped there. A character with not a strong recovery ZSS definitely was dead just off of how it clipped him. But
Okay, Levin Sword back online, and not Arcfire though, but now both are ready and waiting. We'll have to see if Pocket can find the raw aerial that they're hard looking for, or raw down smash. Okay, that's certainly a tool that Robin has in their book as well. I guess in the sword. It's not in any of the tomes. Comedy.
woo! Comedy. But
Funny.
there's nothing comedic about this last like situation for the players. This is intense. They're going down to the last hit. Lights is gonna track him down, going for that low back air, but he's in a bad position and loses it. Okay, I guess it was funny. Losing that last stock in a very silly fashion.
You know, like, even when you miss, you still hit. The discard of the tome after Lights had already used their flip jump to get out there, their double jump to extend pressure. Just that's all that he needed. One little tap.
Yeah, able to find it there, and unfortunate for Chris, but very fortunate for Pocket there, and it's gonna find themselves up 1-0 in this set. We'll see where they decide to go for game 2 if they stay on the same characters. Chris does have other characters, but known for the ZSS for sure.
Yeah, it's and the same thing can be said for Pocket, particularly how stage bans end up going. Because he may already have in his mind. I believe Pocket has a Joker in their pocket, but no, just sticking the Robin, and we'll have to see where they go.
Yeah, they've been playing all Robin lately, from what I've seen. They're pretty committed to this character.
Small battlefield is the pick, and respectable, right? Because there was a lot of moments in that game 1 where Pocket would feel very, very free to recover high and go to top platform, just to do it. And now you don't have that. You don't have that escape option. Instead, it's just all like airspace, and that's where ZSS loves to roam.
Oh yeah, especially not even ZSS. That's where Lights loves to roam.
Yeah,
playing in this very bait and punish, constantly mobile, constantly in the air play style.
Elf Thunder clangs with the paralyzer, but this is when the edge guards go right until they don't.
Everything was right until it wasn't, and that's just kind of the case of Lights in general.
Yeah, for real. But even like it can be seen as a Zero Suit kind of thing. Like a lot of the times, despite how good this character is at getting out of trouble, when trying to find those big damage conversion, find the means to like obtain a lead, you're kind of skirting on the razor's edge. The character's not exactly the heaviest, and one wrong clip, as we saw in game 1, can mean the death of a Zero Suit.
Yeah, Zero Suit in general is just one of the most inconsistent top tiers in terms of like their hitboxes, how they function sometimes. So that can really be to the detriment of the character, but Lights being so consistent right now, just playing patient, not having to rely on any of those inconsistencies the characters may have. And the low battery does not matter to Pocket. His Pocket's just gonna find the aerial, able to seal the stock out, but in a really rough position, gonna find the Arcfire to be able to, save themselves there.
Yeah, that Arcfire, I mean, the buff from so long ago really showing how much it mattered to Robin, because this character used to be considered like a low tier, and the buff to, what is it? It was to Elthunder's speed, Levin Sword's recovery time, and Arcfire's
as well as Nair
spawn. And oh yeah, true, the Nair like 1 or 2 frame buff on that one. Like, these are all huge buffs that make the characters that much more threatening. And the best part about Robin was always his punish game. and now he can land it even more consistently. Like it's
Yeah, 100%.
it's the character's good, character pretty good.
Character good.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
Thumbs up, seal of approval. Let's see what we got going for him. But still, though,
CSS also pretty good.
Yeah.
Good in a lot of ways. Recovery, when you're in that position, not much you can really do. And ZSS and more importantly, Lice in a good position here just to seal out the game. Really just needs to play solid here. Gonna just keep him in the corner, and that's one of the things ZSS does best. Just locks you into a certain position on stage.
Yeah, trying to catch these landings, but nothing doing when ZSS can just fall with these airs so reliably. And these spells are just a little bit too slow to catch some of these jumps, and ZSS can certainly teleport to wherever she wants to be. So quick and so nimble. Surprised that they held shield for so long, but I mean, it was the right decision. Arcfire and Thoron not doing it quite yet, and now Pocket's really starting to launch some of these spells and some of these aerials just to see what sticks. There it is. 68 now, though. Nothing, not an insurmountable lead, but getting 82 now onto ZSS and is no small feat.
Yeah, a lot of times it's hard to get ZSS in these long combos and strings because of how evasive the character can be. Like, I think when people think of evasive characters, you think of Pikachu pancaking. ZSS just does that, like, by existing because of how skinny the hurtbox of the character actually is.
Yeah, just by running around. I like the idea on the Thoron there, and a little bit of health recovery isn't too bad either, as lo and behold.
Yeah, getting not so much combos, but getting these. Robin has these big, damaging hits. And find that was going for a Trump Bear there, but not gonna find it, and just kind of pushing Pocket into the corner over and over, and not letting them really get anything started.
11 Sword on the deck, but the Thunder Tome certainly returns, so he has the means to zone out if he wants, and this game is starting to head towards the last hit. As it heads to the last second, no anything, no stock, no game 3, we're gone. Pocket takes it 2-0.
Yeah, and a very strong showing there from Pocket to be able to really claw their way back into that set.